going on, y'all? Maybe you could get things together. See, I had to use this camera stand yesterday uh, at the party, so things might not be exactly the way that I left them before. But we gonna tighten up. Everything gonna be alright. We gonna make it alright. Okay. All right, there we go. Urban Therapy with Sun Show, y'all. Urban Therapy with Sun Show. How y'all feeling? 28th of April. April's almost out of here. April's almost out of here, but we still here, and we're going to still rock out, and we still going to do our thing. Today, on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, we are talking about hiding mental illness, hiding terminal illness. And what I want to see today is if there is a correlation or a relation or some type of connection between people who try to hide their mentally ill family members or loved ones. And I'm not saying that everybody does that, but for the ones who do, we're trying to see if there's a correlation between people who hide that and people who try to hide someone who is really sick. And the difference immediately that I see is that people who try to hide their mentally ill loved ones normally are making that decision themselves. A person who is hiding their their terminal illness, that may be by the request of the person who is actually sick. So, somehow, some way, we're gonna do this show without making it like a Debbie Downer or whatever. Because I don't know about y'all, but where I am, it's a kind of a gloomy day. It's overcast. It's the threat of rain. And let me tell you something about, speaking of rain, let me tell you something about this Midwest shit. See, there's some things that are going on that go on in the Midwest that I'm not used to. I don't know about where y'all live at, but where I live, okay, last night when I was driving from my aunt's party to drop my mom off, and there was a lightning storm. Now, I'm not afraid of lightning. I've never had a reason to be, and I'm going to tell y'all why in a minute. But my mom, she doesn't like lightning. And I was, so when we were riding home, she acted kind of nervous about the lightning. And I'm like, Mom, you scared of lightning? She said, yeah, I am. I said, oh, I didn't know that. All of these years, I never knew that she was scared of lightning. Because, my mom was never the type that told you that you couldn't talk on the phone when it was raining outside or when there was lightning or anything like that. We didn't have to run for cover or anything like that. So I don't remember her being afraid of lightning. But after I dropped her off, I realized that lightning looked close to the ground. I'm like, I don't know. You see, where I'm from, the sky is up high. So when we see lightning, we see it way up. Like there's no threat. We see the sky light up. Well, when I'm riding home last night, I was like, yo, this thing looked like it's about to touch down. I got to get back to the crib where it's safe. You know what I mean? I was like, y'all sky is too low. I think they got drop ceiling on their sky, y'all. They got drop ceiling in their sky in Wisconsin. I got proof. I mean, I've never been afraid of lightning in my life, but I ain't gonna front. I was feeling kind of way. I was feeling some kind of way. I'm like, what? How far is the sun up? Let me find out that the sun is closer, or we too far above sea level or something out here. I don't know. My Philly people will tell you. Like I've never heard of anybody being struck by lightning or even close. I don't think I've ever even seen anything like a light pole or a tree or anything that was said to be struck by lightning. It ain't like that. The sky is way up there. This lightning looked like it was like ceiling level. I was like, yo, they got drop ceiling on the lightning, man. Let me find out. Y'all too close to the sky up in here. It's flat land. I don't see any mountainous areas. I live in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania ain't nothing but mountains and hills and stuff like that. We do this. But anyway, It's the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I'm your host, Sun752, and that's what's going on today. So I don't know if it's the gloomy day or whatever, but I don't want to turn this show, which is dealing with a serious topic, but I don't want to turn it into I don't want to turn this thing into a funeral or anything sad or anything to be wary of or whatever. But it is dealing with a serious topic, and you can't change things that have happened, or you can't change the way people feel about things all the time in one fell swoop. So that's how it's going down on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. So let's get it started. Urban Therapy with Sun752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. We do this every single Sunday from 1 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the world projects us into this. The universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I am your host, Sun752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, y'all. I hope y'all feel like real men and women should, because I'm feeling like a real man should. So today on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, we are talking about hiding mental illness, hiding terminal illness. What y'all know about that? See, back in the day, there was a lot of abuse of people who were mentally ill. And also back in the day, for those of you who are old enough to remember, we had we had mental hospitals. You don't really have that now. There's so much medication that they treat people who are mentally ill with that they took away all of the asylums. They took away all the mental illness hospital. Well, not necessarily hospitals, but centers where it was sort of like a nursing home for the mentally ill. Some people call them crazy houses, and they were full and racked with abuse. They were full of abuse, racked with abuse, and that was a big motivation for eliminating them altogether. And for the most part, that's exactly what happened. So people would pretty much take their retarded loved ones, and I say retarded with love because it's actually a psychological term that still exists, even though they say special needs all the time now. That's not the actual medical term for it. The actual medical term for it is retarded. It still exists. It's real. And that's coming from a real psychologist, not me, because I'm not a psychologist. But yeah. So I know this for a fact. But yeah, back in the day when they called the mentally ill retarded without any social or socially political context having to be attached to it, many people were ashamed to have people who were retarded in their family. They were ashamed of them, and maybe it was because of the stigma that was in attached to it. People even called them freaks. They used to put people who suffered from mental illness. They used to put them in circuses and things like that. That's just the way it went. It sounds terrible. It sounds horrible. It sounds abusive, but that's exactly what used to happen. Now, I'm not saying that it happened in all cases, because of course, there were people who had mentally ill loved ones in their families, and they took care of them, and they worked with them, and they tried to get services for them that would help them to be able to be independent and to be able to make it on their own and to live a quality of life akin to a regularly healthy person. So we have to talk about all sides of the spectrum when it comes to this. What's going on, y'all? My girl Carol Chamber, let me Favarita, and Stacy White, thanks for coming through. All right, and Care Bear, thanks for coming through here. I appreciate y'all. Share the show, subscribe to the channel, and hit the like button. Make sure y'all do that. Buzz Killington, what's going on, my man? Buzzy Buzz, how you feeling, my man? Said, what did I stumble upon? You already know. And Harold Betterson says, is that real gold? It certainly is. But you can pretend that it's fake if that makes you feel better, because a lot of people do that. I'm not saying that you came here to do that, but most people who come to this show, they be like, "Is that real gold?" Yeah, it's real gold. Why would I wear fake gold? I mean, I ain't got to do that shit. I mean, if you really think about it, are gold chains gonna make you watch the show? Be like, yo, he don't have no substance, man, but I love this jewelry, so I just kept watching for a whole hour. I don't think so. Adele Ahmed, what's going on? And Tula says, greeting from Serbia. Wow. Damn, Serbia? Word up. So what's going on, Serbia? I mean, thanks for coming through. It's good to see some Serbs in the house. And elite dudes. Okay. Oh God. Oh God. Caribbean says, my first time in Nebraska and Kansas was a reality check weather-wise, like on some Wizard of Oz shit. Yeah, man. I was like, yo, this ain't cool. And Susanna Morian, proud single mom. What's going on? Thanks for coming through. Stacy says, I'm scared of lightning. I never had a reason to be. Let me find out up in Michigan. In Michigan, y'all too close to the sky too. Y'all gotta raise your ceiling at the sky. Y'all gotta get the sky. Either that or lower your ground. Y'all ground too close to the sky. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Dwight McCorvey, what up? Sean P. He says, yo, LL Cool J. Wow. And my man Werder Bremen, what up? What's going on? And Drippy, thanks for coming through, y'all. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So, yeah. So, what I want to try to do today is try to see if there is any type of connection between people who may be ashamed of their mentally ill loved ones and people who may be ashamed of maybe the unsightly visuals of somebody who is really sick. You know how when you're used to seeing a person who has been healthy, lively, maybe beautiful or handsome or whatever, people are used to complimenting them on their looks and things like that. It can be a really tough blow when they suffer an illness. It doesn't even have to be a terminal illness, but when you get sick, I know people, a lot of people, women who have suffered from lupus, and anybody who knows people who have lupus, they go through really really tough times when it comes to their appearance and their health. They can fall ill at any particular time and be down for weeks. Especially before they get it under control, or before they even have it diagnosed, because many people suffer from it before they even know what's going on. But if you know anybody who has lupus, you may have seen them go from having a real muscular, healthy look, like they worked out a lot, and you may see them lose a lot of weight, or lose a lot of their muscle mass, and just don't look the same. You know what I mean? So, lupus isn't always a terminal disease. It's not always a terminal illness, but it's a debilitative illness, and it can have you sick a long time, and it can have a really really devastating effect on your aging process and the way that you look. And because lupus affects mostly women, not all women, because of the rapper Trick Daddy suffers from lupus. And Trick Daddy was never that good looking of a man in the first place, but he's an interesting looking character now. Interesting. Now, when we talk about somebody like Trick Daddy, or when we talk about any of our celebrities that suffer from any type of degenerative illnesses or conditions, or a terminal illness, you know that most of them try to appear as if they're healthy all the way to the end. Many of them did. I mean, look at what's his name? Bozeman, the Black Panther dude. What was his name? Roderick Bozeman, something Kendrick. Kendrick Lamar Bozeman. What was his name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. That was y'all hero. But Chadwick, thank you. Chadwick Boseman. He was he suffered from cancer, terminal. He was terminal for years. But he did his best to appear to be healthy, and even evidently down to his final days. So, of course, with him, there was a monetary motivation attached to why he would not want the public to see him. And it was probably his decision to hide his condition and probably the way he looked when things got out of hand or whatever. But it's not always the choice of the person who is terminally ill to hide their appearance. Let's say if you were really terminally ill, and let's say you wanted to get your message out to those who may have been suffering from the same condition, or to help others to prevent themselves from falling ill to that condition. What if you wanted to do that? And what if your family members or your handlers, your power of attorney, your managers, your producers, in the case of being a celebrity, what if they were encouraging you not to do that because it may cost you endorsements, or it may cost you fans, or something like that? What do you think? Like in a situation like that, what do you think should happen, or how do you think that they should handle a situation like that? Um, Duck Life says, it is terminal. What, lupus? Lupus is not always terminal. It can be. Okay, let's put it this way, Duck Life. Cancer is a terminal illness. Does everybody always die from it though? Cancer is a terminal illness. Does everybody die from it? Well, guess what? The answer is no. And guess what? Not everybody dies from lupus who has lupus. I had a manager at one time at my job. My manager suffered from Parkinson's, and he described it as a terminal illness. Is it always a terminal illness? For some, it is. The longer it goes on, it can become that because it affects your muscles, and your heart and your other organs are muscles, so it can eventually affect them to the point where you could shut down and pass. But it doesn't always happen that way. And the people who don't accept that it will happen that way are normally the ones who get themselves together and are able to treat themselves well and fight it. So no, I'm not giving out. I don't give out false information. Not if I know better. So according to Sean P, I'm back to looking like LL Cool J. I don't know, man. Nowadays, LL would never wear hair on his face. I don't think you ever gonna see no gray on his 56-year-old self. He ain't ready for that. Dwight McCorvey, what's going on? What's going on, man? Thanks for coming through. I appreciate y'all. All right. So, EB909 says the chain dope, my boy. I appreciate that. The Little Fiction says, don't worry about what Little Fiction says. We not doing that shit. Sean P says, yeah, lupus sucks. It does. And I've known, listen, I have good friends who suffer from lupus. That shit is, and when you have a terminal illness, it's not just, it doesn't just affect the person who's sick. It affects everybody around them who cares about them, who loves them and shit, because you want to help them. Like I had one friend that suffers from lupus, and she was very, very active. She was very, she would get out there on the lupus walk, and she would raise a lot of money and whatever, and she got a lot of people involved that probably would have never been involved in the fight against a cure or some type of treatment for lupus. And you know I've known her for over 10 years. So I've known her for about 12 years. And you can see, how she's changed and whatever. But she keeps fighting. She keeps fighting. She keeps fighting. She's staying in the fight. You know, visually it can look like she's losing. But we also have to take into consideration that we're not babies anymore. I'm 54 and she's around my age. So you can say that the lupus is making her look a little older or not as spry and healthy as before, or you can say that 54-year-old woman, it is what it is, and not to say that 54 is mad old, but it ain't. One thing about being 50, you ain't young. That's one word you ain't gonna use no more. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 70-year-olds be trying to kick it like, you still young, blah, blah, blah. I remember when I was 50. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's all good. But half a century ain't young. It ain't young. I ain't in them young conversations no more. So it's just certain things we have to take into consideration. All right. Sean P says, what does lupus come from though? Well, it's kind of like a bloodborne disease. And what they call it? Let me see. So lupus, MS, which is multiple sclerosis, and what's the other one? Muscular dystrophy. All of those conditions, those diseases are bloodborne diseases, but they aren't contagious. I don't mean bloodborne in that way. It affects the blood in such a way where it doesn't allow your muscles and your bones to function the way that they're supposed to. Like they're not making the types of they're not performing the functions that they were made to function. But with lupus, you be sick. You know what I mean? Like sick. And for some reason it affects. Fuck all this. Since I brought it up, let me see. Let's see where it comes from. Where does lupus come from?
According to Mayo Clinic, it's likely that lupus results from a combination of your genetics and your environment. It appears that people with an inherited predisposition for lupus may develop the disease when they come into contact with something in the environment that can trigger lupus. The cause of lupus in most cases, however, is unknown.
Okay. So they don't really have a definite cause for it. It's not like you get lupus because you was smoking. But it says the cause of lupus is unknown, and researchers are still trying to learn what may trigger or lead to the disease. Doctors know that it is a complex autoimmune disease. That's the word I was looking for. It's an autoimmune disease in which the body's immune system attacks the person's tissues and organs. And that's a problem. So where sometimes it works like it can't fight off diseases, and that's normally the case with lupus. With other autoimmune diseases, sometimes it doesn't recognize things that are actually trying to help it. So it's fighting off the good defenses. It's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Kind of weird. So it can treat the body like it's under attack when it's actually not. So your body is doing things that are unnecessary, but because it's receiving the wrong signals. So it's an autoimmune disease. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. JJ says, eating 30 ants a day will make your gray hair go away. Six-pack abs. Okay, thanks. Ants. I know I can find some. Word of Bremen says, I'm terminally ill. I'm not sweating it. Hold on as long as I can. You know, from you coming to this show, I know you're not bullshitting. And now I'm concerned. I need you to hold on for like another 10 years, 20, maybe 30 years. That's it. After that, Oh, Duck Life says that's fake gold. Okay, there we go. That's it. So Duck Life says my gold is fake and I'm giving out false information. I see what's going on, Duck Life. All right, Stephen Kennedy says not fake gold. Why would he wear fake? Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Like, what's that's okay, let me see. Let me see how many people leave the show when I take my chains off. Like, oh yeah. Oh, he has on a Philadelphia Eagles shirt. Yeah, okay, yeah. We'll watch the show. None of that silly, none of those silly gold chains. So anybody who comes in now, you know, they should be more attracted to the show. So I should see my number count go up, and I should see the number of likes go up. So I'm going to wait a few minutes before I put the chains back on, and then when I see the numbers drop, then I'll know where I've been going wrong. All right. Stacy White says I understand the topic. That's what's up. AK-47, what's going on? Thanks for coming through. All right. Carol says my friend has lupus and also kidney failure. She has a tough, rough time, but she's still alive and fighting. That's what's up. And Word of Bremen says, I'm like a bear. It takes a lot to bring me down. They told me 3 years ago. Well, goddamn. All right, then I hope they give you 3 years. So then we can pack on 30. There we go. Stacey White says, you is not 54. All right, I'm 53. But close. I mean, I'm close. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna spot me. You ain't gonna spot me 3 months and some change. I can't get 3 months and some change. Come on, man. Do me a solid. Give me 3 months and some change. Bearing getting hit by a bus. I gotta take a plane tomorrow morning. Barring, barring that dropping out of the sky. Come on, man. I know it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna OD off drugs. I'm not gonna if I can help it, I won't be in a I don't want to talk about this anymore. You know what I'm saying? All right. Okay. That's right. Good encouragement there, Carol. That's what's up. That's how I feel about it. Rickety Raw Dog says 59 can be a trip at a time for at times for a brother. You already know. You know what I'm saying? Shit. But whatever age you are, you gotta rock out with that. You can't be an age that you're not. Even though I tried to spot myself. Look. I figured I would run up and get 54 before 54 came and got me. I figured I would go and get it first. But Stacy said, nah. 54 over there. You leave 54. You stay at 53. You don't return 54 now. Stay your ass at 53, mother. Dimples D's, what's going on? Thanks for coming through. RX Nail says good afternoon. And good afternoon to you also. And Serene Funland says, love from Pakistan. Shout out to all my Pakistanis. Oh shit. Okay. So are you love Pakistan? I don't know. Pakistan is all right with me. Please ask. My name Arib. Oh, your name is Arib? Okay. Nathan Rogers says society can't hold on that long. Okay. Okay. All right. Naturalista Rap, what's going on? How you feeling, man? Thanks for coming through. Duck Life says, I feel you look better without the fake gold. Oh, yeah. Okay. Lance Morgan says, stop smiling. No. Word of Bremen says, I've got Crohn's disease and sickle cell anemia. Oh, wow. Oh, sickle cell. Yeah, you a black man. Because only black people get sickle cell anemia. Now, what kind of shit is that? I've lost, unfortunately, I have lost people to sickle cell, young and middle age. And he says, and I look white, even though, even though I'm mixed. People often get confused when I tell them that I have sickle cell. It's like, it's not like you can spread this. Yeah, yeah. The boy Prodigy from Mob Deep, sickle cell is what took him out. Um, okay. Baboon with a flamethrower. What's going on? Says some families hide the illness so others won't think they're weak. Okay. Hiding the illness so people won't think that they're weak. Let's talk about that for a second. Well, one thing about being sick is normally sick. Weakness normally comes from it. It's hard to be sick and strong. But then again, if you're strong, you're strong. And there are different ways to be strong. You could be physically strong, or you can be mentally and emotionally strong, or you can be both. And I would hope that most of us are both. All right, I put the chains back on. So I should see a significant drop in views now. Now that I've made myself look so ugly with these chains. Okay. K says, especially with the matriarch or patriarch built generational wealth. Okay, yeah, looking weak because you're sick. How many of you have had a bad cold recently? Or maybe the flu or COVID or some type of, one thing that was going around heavily, because I work in a hospital, so I'm kind of abreast of a lot of illnesses that people suffer from, that they come to the hospital to get treatment for. And no, it wasn't sinus infection. It was chest, something going on in the chest. What was this thing that a lot of people were suffering from? It was the I don't want to say a chest cold, because that's not what it, upper respiratory infection. And when you suffer from an upper respiratory infection, your breathing is affected. And when you can't breathe, you are not strong. I don't care if you cock diesel. I don't care if you are Mr. Universe or Mrs. Universe. It doesn't matter. You are not going to. You can't be strong without air. No oxygen, no strength. But after the illness is over, you start to regain your strength. Now, if you are terminally ill in the later stages, yeah, it may be the fact. It may be the case where you may not regain that strength that you had before, and it can affect the way that you look. It can definitely affect your daily activity. But as you deal with it on a daily basis, and as you treat it, you learn to kind of live with it. One thing about people who don't give up is they learn to adapt. But I would think that learning to adapt would be a lot tougher when you don't have support systems that want to put you out there and say, listen, if we put you out there, maybe somebody will see your condition and they know somebody or something that can help you. So what we're going to do is we're going to go public with this thing. We're not going to hide you in the background. And that's always my concern. I respect people's privacy, but I know that if nobody knows what's going on with you, it's like when they say a closed mouth doesn't get fed. It doesn't. If nobody knows that you're hurting, if nobody knows that you're suffering, if nobody knows that you're sick, if nobody knows that you are in your final stages, then they can't be a resource for you. They can't because they don't know. So when you put it out there, yeah, there may be some assholes that may try to tear you down or make you feel bad or talk about your appearance. But I'm thinking that if you're terminally ill, your appearance should be the last thing that you're worried about. I'm going to put it out there that I think that if you are still worried about the way you look, you're probably all right. I'm going to tell you this, man. As much as I can't stand Wendy Williams, as much contempt that I have for that no good troll, I will give it to her. She did not and does not hide her condition. Not from the photos I've seen, not from the videos I've seen, because I think she knows that one thing is that's going to happen for her is that she's going to get sympathy from her fans, and somebody is going to try to help her, and they are. That's exactly what's happening. So regardless of how many people say this is karma catching up with her and she's getting what she deserves and this is the universal payback, nonetheless, the universe will giveth and the universe will taketh away. So we can't really calculate what is given if and taketh thing away. But I have to commend her for that. She didn't hide. And I'm sure that there were publicists and things like that were encouraging her to hide. And she said, fuck it. What up, King? What up, Time? Let me see. Guadalupe Lopez. What's going on? Let's see, I saw a comment. IME says, Sun752 in chat, have a blessed Sunday. Stay healthy, blessed, balanced in life, focused, and motivated every day. I like that. That's what I'm talking about. You said a mouthful. That's what's up. Okay. All right. So I see Baboon with a flamethrower wilding out. Okay. Vita here? Vita Loca. What up, Vita? What's going on, man? Good to see me some you. Good to see me some you. The chat always brightens up when you come through. I appreciate it. And Word of Bremen says, I have to be here for my daughter. She's the youngest one I got, and she's only 4 years old. That's right. So you fight tooth and nail. That's what I'm talking about. I like the energy. I like the motivation. Care Bear says my ex and and mother hid the fact that I couldn't walk from most of my family to keep vultures away. Well, damn. Was the vultures normally feed on the dead? Was they going to kill you? But listen, all seriousness, all kidding aside, and all seriousness present, you have to do what you think you should do. And sometimes in the moment, the things that you think you should do can change. They can change. But I fully understand having to need the time to let things settle in before you put yourself out there, or you want to keep yourself safe. And I'm big on safety. I'm big on safety and security. I don't have no problem with that. So whatever makes you feel safe, secure, and comfortable, I'm going to have to say go with it. I don't have no other choice. So I ain't mad at that. I mean, you have to live on your own timeline based on how you feel. Guadalupe Lopez says 4 months sober, no beer. I just went to a party at Turn Down Down like 20 beers at different times. The next day, my friend said, "Dang, you survived not one drink." Interesting. It's real interesting. I'm almost like, what did I just read? I'm trying to figure out if I read it right. Okay. All right. Okay. Carrier says they hit it until I walked again. Okay. Nathan says, I don't feel sorry for Puffy, Oprah, or Corey Feldman, Charlie Sheen, or Puffy, or Justin Bieber. Okay. And you don't have to feel sorry for any of them either. I mean, normally I only feel sorry for people that I know because I know whether they deserve that or not. I don't get into these celebrity things. I use them as an example because you and I don't know each other, but we do know of certain celebrities. So if I tell you that my cousin did this, like you don't know my cousin. So, but it's all good. Guadalupe says, "Great content. Keep it up. I appreciate that." And Nathan says, "Quack quack." Word it says, "When you're sick, you start to understand and are forced to understand what is really important in life, without a doubt." And it's sad that it has to come down to that. But sometimes too many options aren't good. Sometimes when you have a lot of autonomy and you have the freedom to go here or there or everywhere, whatever, sometimes it's hard to make a choice, or sometimes it's hard to make the best choice or the better choice. But sometimes when it's A or B, it makes it a lot easier. Sometimes when it's just black or white, you got gray? No. Black or white. Okay. Salt or pepper. Ketchup or mustard. You ain't got no relish? No. How about some onions? No. How about some chili? No. Sauerkraut? No. Ketchup or mustard? Sometimes that has to be the situation where you only have this option or that option. But we're talking about when you try to hide it or when others try to hide it. Now we've spent most of this time talking about terminal illness, which is something that most of us can relate to because it obviously affects some of us and it affects all of us in that we have known somebody more than likely who has been terminally ill or was terminally ill. Peace and paradise to those who have passed on. But when we're talking about mental illness, we're talking about people who still have a chance. And we may be talking about people who may not be able to make it on their own. See, one thing about people who may be terminally ill, up until the time when they become disabled, they may be able to function well on their own. I've known people who have suffered from cancer, like my uncle. My uncle told us that he had beat prostate cancer. What he didn't tell us is that he was still suffering from colon cancer, which made me actually wonder had he even fixed the prostate cancer. But anyway, he was still driving long distances, going down south, traveling, you know, pretty much still trying to do the Lord's work because he was a pastor of a church and he was very active in the Christian community. And so up until the time when he was no longer physically able to do things, he did things. And sometimes you have to. Because if you just accept that it's a wrap, it will be. It will be. But yeah, with the mentally ill, you may not be in the position to make your own decisions. Many people who are mentally ill can't work. Some of them receive an SSI check, Social Security check, some type of government assistance to be able to afford housing, afford food, afford some type of living expenses. And sometimes they are under the care of somebody who is predatory towards them. Many times that's what happens. Because because autism is so prevalent nowadays and other um mentally ill conditions, psychological conditions, and sometimes, psychological and physical conditions, because they are so prevalent nowadays, we have so much support for them, we forget how many of them were treated back in the day. And we think that none of them are being treated that way today, and I don't think that that's the case. I just don't think that that's the case. I mean, we have eliminated a lot of our liability by taking away the mental hospitals and the facilities, which would give us a scope of a bunch of them at one time. Now they're out in the streets, which explains a lot of the homeless situation. Most of the homeless that you'll see, an extremely large percentage of the population of people who are homeless are also mentally ill. So we've kind of traded one form of abuse for another. Now people may not look at it that way. They may look at it like homeless is a choice for some people. And every time I bring up the subject of homelessness, you always have some able-bodied person who was homeless for a little while, giving their perspective on what it's like to be homeless. But see, I used to have daily interactions with homeless people. Like when I worked at the convention center, there were homeless homes all around here, tents and tent communities and all of that shit. And all of them were batshit crazy, without a doubt. And because my guys, worked outside, some of them worked outside, they got to know the homeless a lot because they would have to clean where they were laying. Sometimes they would have to move them. Sometimes, street cleaning, all kind, sidewalk cleaning. We would have to move them, so we knew their names, we knew their ways. There was this guy, there was this homeless guy that they used to call Blanket Man. Why? Because he wore a blanket everywhere he went. Summertime, winter, spring, and fall. He always had this blanket, and he sort of had it on like a cape. So whether it was a blanket, whether it was a comforter or whatever, and yeah, he was batshit crazy, crazy in a motherfucker. He wasn't never going to not be homeless. He didn't have the mental capacity to even fathom that he was homeless. He looked at being out on the streets like this is where I'm supposed to be. It is what it is. He wasn't the only one. There were hundreds of them. Okay, so the reason I say that it's like trading one abuse for another is because in the facilities, many of them were being abused, and outside, many of them are susceptible to abuse. Many of them are. Even if you just look at the weather conditions as abuse. And in the wintertime, I think it's easy to do that. Cold as shit. Man, those drug addicts that I see walking around like zombies, because every night I come home from work, I travel through Kensington, and if anybody who lives in Philly or anybody around the country who has heard of Kensington, Philly, the Kensington section of Philadelphia knows that's where all the heroin is. That's where all of the narcotics are. And all you see is people leaning. Sometimes you'll see them doing that heroin dance. And I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, when I see him do that heroin dance, I be like, now that's the heroin that I'm talking about. That's the heroin that I'm talking about. That's the heroin that I'm talking about. Yo, tie off my arm and give me the shot. I wanna feel good like just like that, just one time. Cause I ain't never drunk nothing or smoked nothing that made me wanna do that shine. I'm like, damn, that motherfucker is dipping and diving and swinging and swaying. And I wanna be like that just one time and no delaying. But I don't wanna be an addict. I don't wanna be out in the streets. I don't wanna have nothing. I don't wanna meet everybody that's all high like me. Ain't got nothing to live for. The score is like 100 to nothing, and it's getting mad worse. I ain't trying to live my life like every day my people think I'm going to be put in the hearse. That's my word. All right. Okay. It was a car accident, and people automatically start thinking money. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, Care Bear. Um. Um. Okay. Trinidad and Jamaica in the house. Tobago. Carol Chamberlain says, I know that's right, sis. They come out of the woodworks looking for money, Guadalupe Lopez says. Peer pressure gets to people. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Serene says, which business best what you think? What business is best? What business do you do? I can't tell you because I don't like people to know what I do. But just know that I work in a hospital, but I'm not a doctor or a nurse or a tech. And I don't work in the kitchen. I can't say any more than that. Word of Bremen says, I was 205 pounds when I was bodybuilding. Now I'm only 160, but I'm hanging in there and I'm doing good. That's what's up. You know, depending on your height, they'll say 160 is what you're supposed to be anyway. The BMI. You might have finally matched your body mass index. Cause I'll be like, yo, they telling me I'm supposed to be 165 pounds, and I'm like, I'm 110. I ain't seen 165 pounds since I was a teenager. Easily. RK though, 2020. What up with you? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. Werder says, you don't know how important things are until you are put in the predicament. I spend all the time I can with my daughter, and that's all that matters to me. That's what's up. Say it loud. Guadalupe says, I have a friend too that I had like a bone problem. I treated him super good too. Hospital checkups, and now he thinks he's better off without me. That's where I step back and go where I'm appreciated. I hear that. And Supersonic says, son 752. That's appreciate you, man. He says, I'm Daniel. Well, what up, Daniel? How you feeling, Danny Dan? Natural Lisa Rap says, ha ha ha. Only a couple of jobs left before. Only a couple of jobs left, boyfriend. I'm just saying. Guadalupe says, why people do that when they don't need you? Because they don't realize that they need you. They don't realize it. Believe me, they'll be back. They'll be back. Because people who are like that tend not to have the best of luck. Gilbert says, I'm never going to match the index I'm supposed to be. Oh, I can forget. Yo, I ain't even try it. Dyson says, stop SM. Stop SM. I don't know what that means. Stop smoking, babe. Stop smoke, babe. Got nothing. Nothing. There are more jobs left in the hospital besides that. What you talking about? Like I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a tech. I don't work in the kitchen. I can work in administration. How you know I work in HR? I could work in HR. I don't, but I could. There's plenty of jobs. Plenty of jobs. Plenty of jobs. But I am a manager. I'm a manager. How about that? I am. Cross my heart. Why is your username Blue Care Bear? I don't know. Oh. Okay. Her name is Blue because she's a moderator. That's why. I can answer that. Because she's a moderator. She's a moderator. But yeah. So yeah. People used to treat their mentally ill or retarded loved ones. They used to, some of them used to hide them in basements. You know, some people wouldn't count them in their original child count. You'd be like, oh yeah, I have 4 children, and they might have 6, but because 2 of them were mentally ill or mentally disabled or retarded, as they called them back then, yeah, they wouldn't count them. And sometimes when company would come over, they wouldn't show them. Shit was bad. And you know, there's a lot of image consciousness that goes along with this. There's a lot of image consciousness that goes along with this. You know, funny thing is, I wasn't going to talk about this today. I was going to talk about something else that had something to do with more of a social, financial nature. But I said, you know what, I'm going to save that. Because we kind of talked about that kind of stuff yesterday. And this is Urban Therapy with Son. So it's a little bit different than the Daily Go-Getterism. I mean, it's the same. They're coming from the same place. But sometimes the Daily Go-Getterism be doing this. And Urban Therapy with Son be like, Urban Therapy with Son. I mean, Daily Go-Getterism. Urban Therapy with Son. Daily Go-Getterism. Urban Therapy with Son. What's up, Neckish? Where the Bremen says, my Cadillac got that bass, supersonic. That's what's up. Kevin says they used to call them touched. Where is that other background? I'm away. This is my Milwaukee background. This is how we do it in the mill. This is how we do it in the mill. This is my mill background. You know what I mean? I brick wall the game. But shit, it was this background that motivated me to change the home background. I ain't even going front. I was like, yo. My cuz was like, you know what I mean? Let me show you a little something, son. Show you a little something, son. Show you something, son. Let me show you a little something. Yo, you can be different. Yo, you can still stay the same. But sometimes you might want to switch it up and like put different fat sets on the game. And I was with it. I said, yeah, I'm going to try that shit today. And I did. So here we are, just like a superstar. Sometimes just a regular celeb. But I got to do what I got to do, whether your name is Susan or Deb. But we gon' switch around, do a little something, yo, cause we always down like a submarine, struggle to keep your sneaks clean, can't be stepping on my toes, yo, I'm talking to my foes. Yo, y'all step back, cause when I start this rhyming, y'all don't know how to act. Sometimes you feel in the beat, cause if you wanna feel the rhythm, yo, I'ma let the rhythm hit him just like a man ride. I make sure I do this shit until I die, and I'm stay fly, just like something that's up and away. I say, hey, yo, are we here for this type of conversation? But that if I get into this kind of thing, it's going to cause frustration. Yeah, we talking about being mentally ill or mentally sick or even physically sick. But I pick neither one of them for any of y'all. But if it happens, we stand tall. And we still gotta keep on fighting. If I run out of rhymes, I'ma keep on writing. But this is coming right off of the head. And y'all listen to the words that I said, because I meant them. It's just like a car that crashes. I denim. What's y'all talking? Denim talking about the jeans and talking about that shit by any and all means. All means necessary. Reduce me to a slogan, just like my man Malcolm X or Hogan. Hulk Hogan. Yeah. Yeah, brother. You know what I'm talking about? Talking to my mother. Stop playing with y'all. Hey, stop playing with y'all. All right, here we go. 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 All right. Oh, shit. Guadalupe says, I'm watching California gas 5 or 6.50 a gallon. Well, Cali gas is always high. Even when it's low, it's high. I don't know how y'all don't know how y'all do it out there. I don't know how y'all do it out there. Yo, what's up with the boy? What's up with the boy with the Mandarin or Chinese writing? What we doing? What we doing? Naked said, "You look like Tupac's killer." Yeah. Oh. Tyrone says, it looked like LeBron James rapping. Yeah, okay. Well, LeBron is a lot younger than me, so I'll take it. Bronny Prime. But LeBron ain't shave his head. Oh, he ain't do it. He ain't do it. Did the Lakers get swept yet? Natalie the rap says, you already know that I'm twerking. That's what I'm talking about. Nick says we out of the burbs with this one. Fire. That's what's up. That's what's up. So don't forget to hit the like, no doubt. So we are kicked out of labels with this one. What labels? They still have labels? No 360 deal over here. My Cadillac is really a Buick Roadmaster. Shit, I'll take it. That thing be floating. That thing be floating. That thing be floating. Q, what's going on? What's going on? So yeah, hiding mental illness, hiding terminal illness. Have you known anybody that did it? Have you known anybody who has done it? I know some of y'all, or at least one of y'all, have an evil aunt out there. Some of y'all got an evil ass aunt. You know what I mean? That SSI check collecting ass aunt. You can live at my crib, but you gotta pay on the first. I'm gonna be looking for that shit this way. Yo, hand it over. I'll take care of everything. Buy the food, buy the things, make you a king. Yo, you can relax up in your room, putting padlock on your door. More. Yo, I got 8 relatives living with me, and shit's going down swiftly. I collect all the money because they can't handle their own cash. You know how it go. It won't last forever like Keith Sweat, just like the love. I'm talking about the money. You got the room above me, so I can hear everything you do. I'll be listening at the vents. What you say? What you meant? You up there like, whoa, whoa, whoa. But you got me that chick. You like, oh, oh, oh. I said, I meant to say check. I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. I'm chill. I'm going to have to pray that one off. I probably went too far with that. Yeah, chill. Put myself in time out. Hold on. Hold on. I might have to. I'm sorry. God, please forgive me for that one. You know what I mean? Like, I sometimes, I go too far. It's the people in my audience. You know, they made me do it. It wasn't my fault, God. I don't mean to deflect, but it's just not all my fault, God. Father God, please forgive me for wilding out on the show sometimes. I don't mean to go too far, Father God. Please let me practice moderation, Father God. Oh, all right. Okay. Okay. Listen, if there's no show tomorrow, y'all know what happened. If there's no show tomorrow, y'all know what happened. After I'm finished repenting, I'll be back. Nope. I'm not going to hell with you. All right, don't go to hell with me. Go there and wait. I'll be right there. I'll be there. I'll be there. And I'll be there. Let the hellfire rain down on me. Okay. Naturalist the rap. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Let me say, is that vape juice? Vape has juice? Carol says, please pray for forgiveness because I don't want to be struck by lightning. All right. Look, listen, I took care of it. Naked says, you are him, Pops. Don't encourage this shit, y'all. Don't encourage this shit. This is wrong. I know I'm wrong right now. I know I'm wrong right now. But we're going to get back on track. We're going to get right back on track. Listen, trying to hiding mental illness, hiding terminal illness. Are they the same? You know, is it the same action when you hide somebody in your family because they special needs, or if you hide somebody? All right, I got to tell y'all a story, and I want to see what y'all think about this. My man died in 2017, and you know, he was the flyest dude I knew. You know, like he was the flyest one in our crew. He was the one that always made everybody step their game up with their gear, with their cars, with they. I always, I always had the jewelry game on lock. I'll give myself that. But as far as the gear, his gear, that boy is nice. He was nice with the threads. He wasn't to be fucked with. Um. Anyway, he passed in 2017 of pancreatic cancer. He succumbed to pancreatic cancer, and I saw him a year before he passed. Y'all, and anybody who knows anyone who passed from or who had pancreatic cancer, you know, normally by the time they diagnose it, you're already stage 4. But he lived for about 3+ years with it before he passed, and I saw him a year before he passed, and he looked pretty good. He was, you know, he had lost a lot of weight, but he was never a thick boy anyway. He was always thin, you know, slim and trim and all of that. Desert Storm vet. He was a good dude. He was a good dude. Always had a lot of cash. You know what I mean? He was a good businessman. Took care of his shit. And when I saw him, he was actually the best man at one of our other boys' wedding. So, you know, he was laughing and joking around with me. He was like, he was like, he was like, yeah, oh, you bald and all that shit. He's like, he was like, my hair is gonna grow back. And I was like, listen, you know, because we used to go hard at each other. I was like, listen, Glass House, if I was you, I wouldn't be talking about nobody bald head right now. I was like, listen, don't throw no stones right now. You know what I mean? But anyway, a year later, about maybe it was about a year and a half. It was a year and some change. When he passed, he had a closed casket. The the funeral was a closed casket. And then I'm thinking like, why would they have a closed casket? And it made me wonder if they wanted everybody to remember him the way he looked when he was healthy, when he was in good health, when he was spry, when he was, when he was out there in good in better times. And I don't know. I don't know. But it made me look at that situation mad sideways. Like, we all knew he was sick. So why would we hide that? Like, what's good? Were they hiding it? I don't know. I can't say for sure. I was sure it wasn't in the position to ask, but it made me wonder. It made me wonder, did they not want us to see him in the casket, sick, thin, frail, whatever? I'm like, he's dead. We came to pay our respects. But I don't know if y'all have ever, I don't know how, maybe y'all should tell me how y'all feel about it. When you go to a closed casket funeral, like, how do you feel about it? Because to me, when it's a closed casket, it's more like a memorial. Like, why even have the body there if it's a closed casket? Just rock out with the memorial. But maybe that's just the way I feel. Tell me what y'all think. I'm interested. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, I appreciate y'all support. I do. All right. Nekky says, I was handicapped 10 minutes ago, and now you help me, you help me stand and turn turn your freestyle off. Good for you. Alex F says, are you a Hebrew Israelite? No. But interestingly enough, I had a talk with my cousin last night because he's a Hebrew Israelite. And it's funny, man, because he feels the same way as I do about all religions and all organizations. He was saying, like, listen, I accept the teachings because the teachings are right. They sound right, they feel right. It's in the scripture. He said, I will always live by those principles. He said, but I'm not following behind no man or joining no organization because that's when shit goes left. And I was like, yo, man, that's the same thing I went through with the Nation of Islam. Like, I can't do this. Because once he starts being able to pull your puppet strings and tell you who you can marry and how you have to act and where you can go and what you can say, and then you find out that they ain't doing right, but you still continue to do right or look past what they not doing right or refuse to see what they doing right. So, I mean, peace to the Hebrew Israelites. The 12 tribes of Israel are real. That's us. That's us. So, I mean, what to go and do? Shout out to the Hebrew Israelites. Shout out to the nation of the 5%. Shout out to the Nation of Islam. Shout out to Orthodox Islam. Either way, I just can't. My relationship with God is just going to have to be between me and him. Natural Lisa Rap says, maybe the funeral home did a crappy job. Nah. I seriously doubt that. Because my boy he wasn't rich, but him and he came from a good family, hardworking, middle class, and all that kind of stuff. So let me put it this way, Naturally, the Rap. When you know, you get it. Like, it had me. The reason I'm wondering if that's why they did it is because I have reason to believe that it kind of fits the narrative. Kevin says closed casket could mean that the body started decomposing. It was nah, none of that. None of that. It wasn't like a long time between when he passed, and because my man was a nurse, and guess what? His wife was a nurse, and guess what? His son was only like 2 or 3 years old. Yeah, he had five. He had 5 kids, but his youngest. And you know what? His father died young when he was very young. Certain patterns and cycles you don't want to look at, but then you get forced to look at. His father, my man's father, died at a young age because my man died when he was 48. 48 years old. If you subtract 10 years from that, when we was 38 years old, we was running around here like we was 18. Okay, African Village says, "Yo, bro, I wear diapers. I'm disabled. Can I get some motivation?" Well, wear the right diapers. I don't know if Depends are the best, but a little bit of cash will afford you anything that you can pay for. So wear your good diapers. Make sure that you get in touch with your nutritionist, and you know, when it comes out, it comes out because it's supposed to come out. But hold your head. Hold your head. That's what Lisa Raff says. Yeah, right, African. Yeah, right. I do wear diapers. I'm really depressed. Okay. Why would I lie about that? I'm asking for motivation, not to feel bad about wearing diapers. My family hates me. Oh. Carol Chamberlain says one of my brothers had to be cremated because of decomposition. Yeah, when the body is left alone too long, like let's say if you died and nobody was around and your body was there for days, yeah, the decompose. But I've come to find out that even a decomposing body can be fixed up. I didn't know that shit, but that's what happened with my uncle. Little did I know. And he actually looked pretty, I mean, for lack of a better term, he looked pretty good. Kara says, okay, well, maybe they wanted everyone to remember him healthy. Maybe. Maybe. I'm not going to say for sure, but I knew his family and it would fit that narrative. Okay. Kara says, my childhood sweetheart had to be cremated for the same reason. Yeah. Hiding mental illness, hiding terminal illness. I've known people on social media, like I've had Facebook friends that I didn't know were really sick. For example, my ex, her mom was really sick, and me and her mom was real cool. So when she was transitioning, because she was stage 4, she had stage 4 cancer, and she actually had stage 5. I didn't know there was a such thing as stage 5. Did you know? There is. Stage 5 is like, it's a rappy rap. It's a rappy rap. Stage 4, people have actually come back from stage 4, dropped down to stage 3. Miracles do happen, but stage 5 is like, that's the call the family in. Call the family in. Yeah. But for years, she had been suffering from cancer. And people didn't really know, not people online. Now, It could have been because her mom didn't want people to know. Could have been because my ex didn't want people to know. Whatever. But she was, me and her mom used to talk online. She used to respond to my posts and stuff like that. And I didn't know. I didn't know she was sick. And they would be posting pictures of her. And the pictures looked just like I always remembered her looking. Never looking, no pictures, not one picture where she was looking thin or frail or like she had been through treatment or any of that. Little did I know that when I went to go see her before she transitioned, she looked like a cancer patient. And it made me think about those pictures. I said to myself, like, oh, so all the pictures that they were posting were old pictures of her. I mean, it's Facebook, it's social media, so people do that shit all the time. I don't know if y'all know people who change their profile picture to an older profile picture. They just be recycling the same whatever age that they were satisfied with their looks, and that shit could be from 2010. They will post that shit on on the as their new profile picture, like that's them. "2010 was 14 years ago. But the picture that they might have posted from 2010 was from 2000. Shit like that. So I was none the wiser. But when I saw her, because she was to the point where she wasn't going to get better. She couldn't move. She couldn't get around and all that. She was pretty much bedridden. And I was talking to her because I only saw her one time before she transitioned. I was going to go back and see her again a few days later, but a few days later she passed. And I never realized she was that far gone. I didn't know. And she was real happy to see me and all that. And after everything was said and done, I thought to myself, like, wow. So yeah, they didn't want anybody to know that she was sick like that. And I was like, okay. Well, choices are made when they're made and because they're made. It happens. Middle of the mall jewelry. You ain't gonna find no long ass chains like this in no damn mall. Now that's what we now I gotta defend this shit. You not going none of those mall. You ain't gonna get this shit in no fucking K Jewelers or no shit. No mall stores have truck jewels. They don't do that. No. I'm not gonna allow that. Now if you said middle of the mall rings, yeah, they would have had this kind of shit. But you're not going to find no 45-inch chains in no fucking mall. No mall jewelry store. You know what I mean? Not this side of 1987. Stop it. No, we're just going to stop. You know what I mean? If you want to say something to offend me, you're going to have to be creative. You're not going to listen, you're not going to call me gay and me be offended. You're not going to call me bald and me get offended. You're not going to talk about my jewelry and me get offended. You're not going to talk about nothing. You know why? Because I got the mic and I got the camera. My skin is thick. But if you could like do something that, like, be creative. You never know. I might be soft inside. Like, get into my inner bitch. Say like, yo, that's why Lasagna in 6th grade chose Carl over you. Get into that. Now, don't try to use that one because I've been got over it. Because we both kind of went with it. But you need to do something like that. Like all the extra, like, nigga, I can see myself. Do you know that? Like, I'm looking the same way you looking at me. I see me. Like, look, I see me doing this. So you not giving me nothing that I don't know? But middle of the mall jewelry? Come on. Get deep. Get deep. You know, like, how do you know? How do you know I don't feel like a woman inside? Why don't you say something like, yo, I bet you probably wearing a bra behind your sweatshirt. You know? Be like, yo, you probably a homo thug. Huh? Huh? You're gonna have to get creative, son. Now don't bite my shit, because none of that shit ain't gonna work, because none of it is true. But it don't matter. You're gonna have to see. You can see me, I can't see you. I don't know who you are. James Brinkman, that ain't even your fucking name. Because think about it. If that was your real name, you wouldn't be on here sounding like a little bitch. Hide behind a orange profile icon that says J. Think about it. I mean, you really think about it? Like, I tell you what, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Like, look at you, James Brinkman, with your fake ass name and your fake ass ways. I don't even know if you a man. You probably a bitch. You sound like one. You talking like one. You trying to get attention like one. Matter of fact, I bet you if you had a profile picture, you would have a filter on that shit that would hide your acne. I bet you would have a long ass weave down to your fucking ass. And I bet you would have a BBL. I bet you. I know that if you trolling on a YouTube show, you don't get no pussy. Cause you would be somewhere it's Sunday. What time is it? It's Sunday. 1:38 in the afternoon. No, well, it's 2:38 in the afternoon on the East Coast. You should be somewhere you should be either watching the rest of the NFL draft. Well, it's finished. You should be watching the NBA playoffs. The Sixers are playing the Knicks right now. You should be either watching that. You should be laid up, booed up. You know what I mean? Wherever you are, if the weather is good, you should be out with your shorty. You know what I'm saying? Or you should be having something planned for later on, hanging out with your peoples. Instead, you in the crib, probably with your PlayStation 5 or Xbox controller in your hand. You ain't got nothing to do. You came to my show trying to front on me talking about middle of the mall jewelry. I bet you ain't got no jewelry. You don't even know that they don't sell no long ass chain. Man, you see how long these fucking chains are? Look, nigga, this is rose gold. You see that? That ain't regular colored gold and shit. You see, dickhead, this I've got this piece made. They don't make no fake pieces. What you think? Oh yeah, this is stock gold. Yeah, they just had a Sun 752 piece in the case. I was like, yeah. You know, matter of fact, my name wasn't even Sun 752 until I saw the piece. I bought the piece and changed my name to it. You probably the type of nigga that drives. You probably drive a Kia, and you probably go to the bar with a pair of BMW, Jaguar, Benz, or Maserati keys and throw them up on the bar and order a drink. You probably one of them niggas. You a wannabe. Like MC Light said, it's plain to see that you're a wannabe, but you can't be what you're not. So you gotta start working for what you got. Kick this one here for me and my DJ. Look, he said these fake ass diamonds in the numbers 75. It's in the number. It's in the two, you dickhead. Oh man. Care Bear says Sunset about to chill. His family has him hidden. Look, this nigga bitch. This nigga bitch. This nigga bitch. You know what I mean? Now his saving grace is he don't know if I'm a bitch. He can't see me. He don't know if I'm a female. I know you got female tendencies. And if you are female, then you got dyke tendencies. You stud muffin. You the probably the kind of stud that don't even give out good dick to your girl. You know what I mean? She got to go out and get herself a man. I'll bet you when your stud ass girl got pregnant by a dude, she been out there sneak dicking. She been out there sneak dicking. You ain't got no stamina with your strap on. Your strap on game weak. Your strap on game weak like I'm tired. You ain't nut yet. Won't you just let me eat you? Cuz, come on, I need penetration. You ain't got it. Weak ass stud muffin. That's what it is. Oh, stud muffin coming through here, no stamina. Weak strap on. You got weak strap on. You ain't gotta worry about going soft. I'm saying use your hand. You know, your girl want that body pressed up against her. You ain't got no skills. You ain't got no skills. Carol says little dick energy. Yo, see? I bet you. I bet you strap on got a little dick. Like your girl probably can't take the big wood. You know she gonna have to find a dude. Cause where else she gonna get a little dick from? You can't hurt her. She needs somebody to squirt her. You can't hurt her. Need somebody to squirt her. You can't hurt her. She needs somebody to squirt her. You the weakest stud that anybody heard her. Your ass is weak. Coming around here trying to speak. Everybody trying to hear that tweaking, that bullshit that you're doing. You are down in ruins. I done toured your ass, flamed your ass. Your ass is weak. Weak as a Calvin Cooler, a White Mountain. You know what I'm talking about? The fountain of youth. It's something that you have no proof. Your ass is old. And you ain't never getting sold. You couldn't sell that weak ass rap to nobody. Ain't nobody trying to come around you. You ain't a hide of your body. I just thought because you is dead and you held on every word that I said. You know what I'm saying? I don't even believe I spent that much time. We about to get on the body here. We over an hour and a half in. We about to do these birthday shout outs, and then we're going to be up on a body here. What up, M. Dot? Thanks for coming on through. Selena Fam. You be freaky or something. I don't even know what you're doing. Cotton Smith. Oh, God. What the fuck? What the fuck? Selena Fam says, some boys are cheaters. I don't give a fuck, man. Y'all just make my algorithm go up. Speaking of algorithm, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I'm your host, Sun752, a.k.a. Omar with the rrrr. And if you can't say Omar with the rrrr, well, then you just say Omar with the R. Guadalupe Lopez says, you going to the Mike Tyson fight? I would like to go. You know, I've never been to a live boxing match. I've never been to one of them shits. I've never been to one. Oh, I love boxing, but I miss the heavyweight class. I can't like these boxers out here. I don't be knowing who they are. People be like, yo, you watching the fight tonight? I'll be like, a fight tonight? Got nothing. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious April 28th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out of the box. Destin Evina, turning 42 years old today, and Gran Soledad, turning 37 years old today. And Nicole Vaughn, happy birthday to you. And Victoria Chess Christopher, happy birthday to you. And Serena Soul. And last but not least, my man Reggie Blaze, turning 66 years old today. My man Reggie Blaze. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all a good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious, glorious, glorious April 28th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud, just turn up loud enough. You rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on it, do the damn thing, you do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings, you do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, listen, yo, hiding your mental illness, hiding your terminal illness, not yours, but your boys, your peoples, your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your fathers. Yo, you ask why bother? Why would you hide somebody that is sick inside and might not be too long before they die? Well, you have your own reasons, and the reasons are something that I might not be understand, but the way you can deal with your pain and the sane and the sanity of yours, I understand. Because I've been through a lot of the same stuff, and I know that sometimes life can be tough. But you gotta find a way to cope, and for anybody who's suffering out there, I offer hope and a little bit of tenderness and love, and hopefully things will get a little better. But don't let a lot of sadness and stress into your life, because that can end your life a little faster than it doesn't have to. So please, please take care of y'all. I don't want nobody to get real sick. I don't normally do this, but I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this one thing. One thing. To show y'all how long I've had these chains, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back, way back into time. Okay, this is, hold on. I got a good one. I got a good one. Got a good one. Hold on. Me and my baby girl. My baby is 18 now. I'm going to show y'all if I can find it. I'm going to show y'all a picture of me and her when she was like 2. So you'll understand what it's like to take care of your shit. So, wait a minute. I said, wait a minute. Say, I don't know about y'all, but I got probably 10,000 photos in my shit. So maybe I should just go to albums. I better go to albums. Let me see. No, not that one. Let me see. Now this one. All right, wait. Now this is me and my son, 2015 or 14, one of those two. No, that had to be 2017 because I didn't wear glasses before then. We got to go back. We got to go backer. We got to go way backer. We got to go way backer. Let me see. No. 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 This is one of those times when you wish. No. No. Fuck. No. Oh, fuck. What dumbass? I can make this easy as shit. On Facebook page. That's all I gotta do. That's all I gotta do. All right, we're gonna go back, 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 back. Hold on, let's see. Back, back. Let's see, what's the date on there? Can you see it? December, what's that? December 18th, 2012? Yeah? You see? Both chains, right? You don't see the pieces though, right? All right. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. That's my baby when she was about 5. And my old cat, Lovey. That's me and her grandfather. That's me and my mom. That's me and my stepdad. The late great, my late great stepdad. He was fly as shit. That's when I was in really, really good shape. All right. This one. Okay, wait. Oh, look at that. Look at that. What's the date on there? 1/1/2010. Oh, that's when I had the 60-inch chain. Remember I told y'all it came down to the dick? You see that? You see that? Now this, yeah. All right, keep going back. 60-inch chain. Look at that. Well, what have we here? Oh, look. Those same 2 chains. What's the date? What is the date? Oh, September 12th, 2009. Well. So if I'm a fake chain wearer motherfucker, I've been doing this shit for a long... Oh, look at that. What's the date? February 28th, 2009. Same Sun 752 piece. So, oh, look at that. Rockstar Boy. Oh. February 20th. All of these can't be from February 28th. 2009. I think that's when I started my account. So please, miss me with the bullshit. Miss me with the bullshit. These the same fucking chains. These shits is old. You know what I mean? These shits is old. Now, for those who gonna come on and call my shit fake, that didn't see this. I'm just saying, this is for my people anyway. Like, y'all already know. I've been doing this. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. Same shit. That's the defining moment there. Boom. All right, y'all, let's get out of here. Listen. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, Monday night, 1 a.m. with another Daily Go Getimism show. So make sure y'all come on through. Me and you. I said come on through. Me and you. I said come on through. Me and you. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Peace. 1.